Always helps to have that mute button off, right? Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome again, one and all. Welcome again, one and all, to Seti Saturdays. Seti Saturdays, brought to you by Seti Inc. and yours truly, Brother Bay Muhammad. Welcome again. Welcome again. We hope to enlighten. We hope to engage. We hope to educate. Seti Inc. is a management consulting firm who has four primary pillars. Four primary pillars. Number one, management consulting, which entails strategic planning. This is, of course, being done both in your business and for your business and your personal life. Yes, we need strategic planning in our personal lives. Wealth creation, financial development, pillar number two. At Seti Inc., we look to help both entities, companies, corporations, etc., and individual people and their families to gain wealth. Not just make money, but to gain wealth. Number three, wealth management. Once we begin gaining wealth, or even in the process of doing the things that we should be doing to gain wealth, there is the necessity of proper management, wealth management. And number four, wealth security. Once we get financially sound, we get financially stable, we begin to not just survive, but to thrive, we then need to secure that. And so at Seti Inc., we are working hard with all of our clients to do these very things. So, as I stated, uh, we are definitely about education, about learning, about growing. For those of you who may be visiting us for the first time, we want you to know that we are very big in terms of decentralized finance. Decentralized finance. And many of the things or topics that we talk about here on Seti Saturday will involve that, because it by and far and at large is, I didn't say was or could be, I said it is, in absolutely one of the biggest and most phenomenal game changing realities that we have seen, maybe forever, but certainly in the history of time. I would say decades and maybe even a century, that we're now seeing the advent of technologies such as blockchain that are giving common, average, everyday people like you and I. Now, when I say that, what I'm really saying is, at least for myself, I'm not what you would call an elite. I'm not one of the persons who is the 1% or even the 2% who control so much wealth and money throughout the world. And obviously, because there is such a thing called the 1% or the 2%, most of us are not that, right? Most of us would then be the 98% or the 99%. Okay. So what I am saying here is that the decentralized reality is unmatched. It's unmatched. The capacity and capability of it is a game changer for regular people throughout the world to change our lives economically and in many other ways. But we're focusing in here on decentralized finance. Decentralized finance. So if you've been coming on to our broadcast, and we hope you continue to do so, last week we told you we would be migrating over in terms of the YouTube to Seti on YouTube. Seti on YouTube. That's still underway. By next week, that is where you will find us. So please go to Seti on YouTube. Sign up now. Check us out there. There are already videos there. Like those videos. And when we start to add and grow, please spread the word. This is information to empower people everywhere. For those who might not know, there is an ongoing struggle, and there has always been, between those who have power and money and those who don't necessarily have so much of that. Always a struggle has been going on since human beings have pretty much been on the planet. That continues today. But now you and I have at our fingertips an apparatus, in terms of the technology of blockchain that is game changing and can change our lives. And we are doing it right now. We're seeing it happen right now. We're doing it for clients right now. And we want you to take advantage of some of these game changing realities and the things that we're doing. We can do this in a number of ways, and we're continuing to build, let's say, a portfolio of methodologies in which people can easily get involved in. Now, we want to continue on with our series. This would be volume 2 of the Ask Me Anything questions and answers. So if you're listening to us live right now, feel free to put in a question or comment in the chat. We would love to be able to answer questions live. This is about information. You know, in terms of the technology of blockchain and decentralized finance, still it's a very minute number of people when we look at it from a global perspective. And when we look at the numbers of human beings on the planet, very small number of people still actually involved in decentralized finance or blockchain at large. Very small. But what is happening is the governments and the entities of power and control who want these facilities to be handled in the way and in the light that they think is best, which is not necessarily to our benefit as common everyday people. It's not necessarily to our benefit. They are enacting laws, apparatus, mechanisms, and other technologies to really compete with or countermand these technologies that are here for the people. These are here for us, the people. And we, you and I, we have to become enlightened. We have to become educated. So this question and answer series that we are doing and will continue to do with each broadcast for some time is here to really begin to answer some of the questions that many people have. People have heard about blockchain. People have heard about crypto. And I know for a fact, because I'm often talking to people and clients, the information is very commingled or convoluted even in terms of people's real understandings. These things are not all the same. When we're talking about blockchain or decentralized finance or cryptocurrencies, they are all independent of themselves, but they may interact with each other. So people have gross misunderstandings at times about what this is and how it works and etc. We want to be answering your questions. I'm going to bring up the screen here with some questions that we've been getting from our clients and from people like you in terms of things that people want to know. Things that people want to know. Now, let me just go ahead and make this a little bigger for us right now. And hopefully everybody can really get this picture and see it. Actually, let's see. Wait a minute. Give me just a moment here. Okay. All right. So the question and answers we're going to be we're bringing it up for you right now. So last week, if you were on, if you did miss that, then you want to go back and look at that, check out some of the questions that were posed to us and we answered. So here's a big question. What exactly is this decentralized finance? What actually is it? What actually is decentralized finance and how does it work? So when we think about finance, most of us are somewhat familiar, at least with various types of finance as they may be going on in various parts of the country, right? So some of the things we're familiar with, for example, is let's say banks. And we understand that we can go to a bank and we can get financing. We can get a loan, for example, for a personal loan, a loan for a business, etc. This is finance, okay? But this finance is being controlled within a system which is centralized, meaning that they are people or entities that fully control the mechanisms of how these systems work. And this control of the system is problematic. In fact, here in the United States, there is something that has occurred in the financing world, which is called redlining, for example, which is a discriminatory aspect where certain people are discriminated against in various ways against being able to actually get loans. And this can happen and has happened and has been going on literally for centuries. And still it is happening today. And it's happening mostly because it's centralized and controlled. And so banks can oftentimes, and there's been some major banks that have been caught red handed doing these unscrupulous activities such as redlining. They've been caught red-handed doing it. They've been fined and penalized. They've been slapped on the wrist, what have you, and they come right back and they do it again. So, what decentralized finance does, it gives us the opportunity to utilize technology. The blockchain isn't concerned if you're male or female, if you're black or white, if you're what religion you are. It's not concerned with any of that. It's only concerned with the mechanisms contained in it, in such things as smart contracts, right? Electronic contracts that um, are geared toward whatever the particular parameters are for lending, period, right? So if you have to have XYZ capital or XYZ collateral or whatever that might be across the board, that's all you're going to need. It doesn't care about anything else. Also, the big thing about decentralized finance is this is the hedge for us against the power of institutions to really stifle the ability of the common man and woman to be able to get in such things as investing, right? So if you've heard of such a thing as a hedge fund, for example, you might know that in order to get involved with a hedge fund, you have to meet certain criteria. Now, these criteria are set by regulatory organizations in various places throughout the earth. There are many of them. In the US, there's several, but in this case, I'm just going to mention the SEC, who says that in order to get involved with certain things, you have to be what's called, for example, an accredited investor. An accredited investor. And this means that you have to meet certain stipulations of income and even knowledge, to be able to get involved in these hedge funds. But these hedge funds are billion-dollar entities that make billions for their clients, but common people can't readily get involved. But decentralized also offers the investment opportunities, and anyone can get involved. Almost anyone can get involved in decentralized. There are not such barriers. There is certainly the need, though, for education. And so, decentralized, in short, is an open way. Consider it sort of like open source, right? It's the ability for anyone to be able to get involved and take uh, the benefit, right? And in this sense, this is truly a game changing factor here. This is a game changing factor in terms of what decentralized finance is offering us. Here's another question that came up. Some people think that decentralized crypto projects are a scam. Is that true? Is that true? Are decentralized projects a scam? Before I answer that question, I'm going to pose this. Um, do people get scammed in the stock market? And let us first even define the definition of a scam, right? So a scam is basically something that is a fraud. It is not what it is made out to be. So the answer is, the answer to the question. Some people think that decentralized crypto projects are a scam. Is that true? The answer is there are some that are a scam, just like there are scams in terms of investing in the stock market. There are scams in terms of investing in commodities. There are scams in terms of investing in bonds. There's even the manipulation of markets. Many of us have heard terms like insider trading, right? Is insider trading fair? No, it means somebody has an ingest leg up on everybody else because they have inside information. So, what I want us to understand mostly here is that scams exist everywhere. Again, what we have to do is be empowered with knowledge, empowered with the knowledge and ability to look at things as they really are. We need to look at things as they really are. And this means we can't approach things in fear. We can't approach things with a direct negative thought, right? We have to have the proper mindset. And the proper mindset, certainly the proper mindset, really the proper mindset for anything, but the proper mindset for wealth, the wealth mindset, as well as others, starts with the ability to be objective, to be able to look at information, to gather data without bias, and simply look at it and be able to make decisions on the basis of the data itself. Don't look at the data with preconceived notions, thinking that this or that is already something that you don't know before you even read it. Ensure that you come to the table with the proper mindset. And that proper mindset is an objective mindset, rational mindset that allows one to think. At Seti Inc., we are doing just that. We are educating people about decentralized finance, about blockchain, about how to utilize the power of these systems, the power of these technologies for our businesses, for our families, for our personages, and to be successful. Now, scam doesn't mean that something doesn't go wrong. I want to clarify that. Again, sometimes people don't necessarily even understand the definition of the word scam. Has the stock market ever failed? Yes. Has it actually collapsed? Yes. Does that mean it's a scam? No, it doesn't. Right? Do businesses fail? Yes. Does that mean that being in business is automatically scam? Of course not, right? We have to have the proper understanding even of the words we're using. So again, the point here is, are there scams? Is that possible? Yes, they exist in every avenue of life. In fact, they exist among all professional acumens and all industries. But again, what we want to be doing is investigating. That's what we are here to do at Seti Inc. is to help people begin to identify that which is good and positive and beneficial. Now, I want to say this because really, as we're really closing out today, I want to talk about again the power. I want us to begin with an open mind, objective, rational thinking here to begin to understand what's at our fingertips. I want us to begin to understand what we've been blessed with, the tool, right? You know, tools were created and are created to assist us in doing better, right? Maybe we could build a house with stone. You know, we can beat on a nail with a stone, but a hammer is better, right? The tool, the more advanced tool than the stone is the hammer. And then if you can get some kind of powered hammer, that's even better. So, but the goodness or badness of the tool is not the tool's fault. It's the operator. You can hit your finger with a hammer. If you're unskilled in using a hammer, you might injure your finger and hit your finger with a hammer. But if you're skilled with a hammer, you more than likely won't do that. And even if you did, it'd be very rare, right? I'm making this point because it's important for us to embrace things from an objective vantage point and to look at how we can benefit from it. Now, with the charts I'm showing here, this is giving us a glimpse and an insight into the comparison of centralized versus decentralized investment. Now, look very carefully at this chart. Um, and we're all about centralized investing as well as decentralized, but we're more about decentralized because, again, Decentralized finance is for us. It's for the people. Centralized finance, you can get involved in it. I'm involved in it. Many people are involved in it. It's great. It does well, right? And we're going to talk next time a little bit about the mindset or the thinking of regulatory regulations and law, government. None of those things are bad when they're used in a positive way or when they benefit us. Again, the tool, let's look at the tool and then look at how the tools are being used. So this chart is giving us an estimated wherewithal of what is earned in the centralized reality versus the decentralized reality. The first thing I want us to see clearly here is when we're talking about centralized, we're generally talking about annual returns. There are some decentralized financial instruments that may give you some return in a shorter amount of time. Let's say like a CD, a 90-day CD, for example, at your bank is going to give you, some kind of a return in 90 days. Generally, you can get out of it then maybe 6 months, maybe a year. You have these options and choices. But the important thing I really want to focus in on here is that these returns, especially when we're looking at real estate, the stock market, gold, silver, and commodities, for example, blue chip stock, these are good returns. They're solid returns. Nobody would argue with the fact that these returns are good returns. They're annual returns. If you make 10% a year on an investment, that's okay. That's good. You can't make that in a savings account at your bank, generally speaking, but you are able to make those kinds of returns in these other investments as listed. But look at the difference here. Now, big thing, there are various types of decentralized financial instruments, the same way that there are various types of centralized financial instruments. And all of the decentralized instruments don't work exactly the same, nor do they have the exact same earnings. But I want you to tune into the reality here that decentralized is that much more robust. Now, believe it or not, you're looking at daily returns. This is from one of the decentralized instruments, investment instruments that we are utilizing for ourselves and our clients, and seeing these fabulous returns. This is daily. You're looking at 1.4% a day, right? These are veritable returns. These are investments into a trading system that are reaping these rewards. This is a fact. This is an absolute reality. I invite us. In fact, this is the system. If you've been watching us, if you've been checking us out on YouTube and looking at some of the promotional things we're doing, this is the instrument we were backing with a 30-day guarantee because we're that pleased, and our belief is, and nobody can guarantee you anything in truth, but we were willing to back our money to your money because we are seeing what this is doing. We've been involved and we've been a beneficiary from it, and many of our clients are now beneficiaries of it. There's still actually a little bit of time. So if you want, make sure you reach out to us at TieSetiInc.com, or more directly, customer service at TieSetiInc.com. Customer service at TieSetiInc.com. Brother, peace and power to everyone here listening in. This is the world of finance as it is evolving before our very eyes. Decentralized is growing. It is becoming more robust. And right now, we, the consumers, are driving the markets, not regulatory people, not institutional investors necessarily. We, what they call retail investors, average people, are driving the decentralized world. This is a good thing for us. Please get in touch with us again at customer service at TieSetiInc.com, customer service at TieSetiInc.com. We welcome you into this wonderful world of growing wealth, not just making money, growing wealth. We hope to see you soon. Please join us again. Tie Seti Inc. Tie Seti Inc. Tie Seti Saturdays. Tie Seti Saturdays. Next week, we'll be back. Remember to tune into our social media, TieSeti.inc on Instagram, and we will be there. in about 30 minutes. If you missed any of this, we'll be recapping. And again, we'll be on Seti at YouTube next week. Check us out there directly. We thank you. Spread the word, spread the information, spread the knowledge and power. Empower yourself and empower someone else. Because guess what? The more each of us knows and that knowledge can then be pooled, the greater we all become. We thank you so much for joining us. Peace and power, peace and blessings to you and your family. We'll see you again next week. Thank you.